Hi. So you're a beginner or intermediate and you want to play a few songs. You know a bunch of chords, but you don't know how these chords come together as part of the songs, right? So we are going to be talking about chord progressions. Now, chord progressions are a very important part of learning to play the guitar and learning to play songs. Okay, so what are chord progressions? Well, it's just a series or sequence of chords which form the kind of harmonic backbone of a song, right? So you can't just put some random chords into a song. There's a bit of science or math to this whole thing, right? So I'm going to try and demystify some of it. Now, there are several concepts to guitar playing, right? We have the key, the scales, chords. So I'm going to try to put a few things together in a very simplified manner to help you, play some chord progressions. Okay. So before we get to the key and chords, I just want to check if you remember how the notes of a scale are formed. Okay, so we'll be talking about two major scales, the major scale and the minor scale. Okay, so if I were to construct the notes in a major scale, right, let's say I start with C, right, you should remember the sequence in which you step through the notes, right? So for the sequence for major scale, it's 2 2 1 2 2 2 1. So it is 2 2 1 2 2 2 1, right? So if I take the notes, right, you now you have A, you have a step, B, C, you have a step, D, step, E, F, step, G, step, A, and it again repeats, right? So if I have to start with the C major scale, so I start here. So it's two. So one step, two, D, and then another two. So one more step, E, right? And then a one. So I step one, I get F. Then two steps. So a step and G. Another two step and A. Another two steps, B, and a single step, C. So these are notes of the C major scale, right? The beauty about the C major scale is you don't have any sharps and flats on this. Okay, that's uniqueness. Now, if I take another example, right? So where you may end up seeing some sharps. So let's take the G major scale. Okay, so I start with G. That's here. I use the same formula for the major scale. So two steps, one, two. Another two steps, one, two. Then a single step, one. Then I come back here. Another two steps, D. Another two steps, step E. Another two steps. Now you get the F sharp, this one, and a single step, G. Okay, simple. So you have the C major scale and you have the G major scale. Okay, so I hope this is simple, right? Because this is the foundation of the overall scheme of things. Now, if you want to do the same thing for minor scale, remember in minor scale it's 2 1 2 2 1 2 2. So okay, so let's take some popular chords, right? We'll try the A minor scale and the E minor scale, right? So let's start with A minor scale. Okay, so I start with A, which is here. Now I'm going to step through using this sequence. So 2, 1, 2, that's B. Then 1, B plus 1, C. Then again 2, 1, 2, that's D. Again 2, 1, 2, that's E. Then a 1, so that's F. Then another two steps, G. Another two steps A. Right? So basically the last one will bring you back to the same starting note, right? So we start with A, end up with A. Now, another beauty in the minor scale for A minor, see, you get all the standard notes. There's no sharps or flats. Now, let's take the E minor scale, for example. E minor. I start with E, right? That's here. Two steps. That's this note. That's F sharp. Single step. G. Two steps. A. Two steps. B. Single step. C. Two steps. One, two. That's D. And the last two steps back to E. Okay. So if you see the major scale for C, you have all standard notes. The G major scale, you have an F sharp. In the minor scale, A minor, we have all standard notes. And in the E minor scale, we have one F sharp. So if you continue doing this exercise for other notes, you will see you'll have a combination of sharps and standard notes. Okay. So I'm going to be using a couple of these examples to get to the next stage. Okay. Once you understand how you get the notes of a major scale and minor scale, you're ready to go to the next step in terms of identifying the chord progressions. Okay, so now that you understand the notes in a scale, we'll try to move to the next step, right? Let's try to get the chord progressions. Now, before that, you need to understand a bit of chords, right? Which you probably already know, but in case you don't. So, what exactly is a chord? A chord, again, is a combination of notes. So, if I take the C major scale that we just derived, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B. These are the notes on the C major scale. Or if I take G, for example, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. Now, if you want to play the C major chord, you take the first, third, and the fifth notes. So a combination of C, E, and G notes form the C major chord, right? Similarly, G, B, and D notes form the G major chord. Now, if I were to try and do it for the minor scale, let's look at A minor, right? So we did this sometime back. Right? Pretty straightforward. Now, if you're talking the E minor scale, okay. So what's the A minor chord? First, third, and fifth. A, C, and E form the A minor chord. What G minor chord? E, G, and B. Okay. So chords, like I said, are just triads, a bunch of chords, typically 1, 3, and 5, which form the chord. So now we move into the next stage, right? You're going to talk about the key signatures. Now, if I take a song and I say it's in the key of C major, what it essentially means are there are some set of chords that will sound really nice when you play the song. And if you play one of the chords that don't belong to that signature, it'll sound real odd. Okay. Now, how do you know which chords to play when you're playing the C major scale? Okay. There are different ways to figure that out, but the most simple way is I start with the notes. Okay. I'm going to mark numbers, I'm going to mark numbers in Roman numerals. So 1, capital Roman number, 2, small case Roman, 3, 4 again in capital, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Once you do this for all the notes in the scale, there are different combination of these chords. Okay, while we have written the notes in the C major scale, now we are going to identify the chords that belong to the key of C. Okay, so using this exercise, the chords that will be part of the key of C, it's pretty simple. Take C, it's capital Roman number, so it is C major. Take D, it's small Roman number, so it's D minor. Take E, small Roman number 3, E minor. F, capital, capital Roman number, G. A minor. B, actually, a seventh chord that comes in this series are diminished chords. We won't be covering them. Our focus will be the first six chords, okay? To keep things very simple. Now, all you have to do is remember this pattern. That way, you take any notes of the scale, you'll be able to arrive at the chords that are part of the scale. So, all these chords C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, and B minor diminished are part of the key of C. Okay, simple, right? So you know which chords are part of the keys. Next time somebody says key of C, that's it. You got all the chords. Now, one interesting note that you will see, if you look at the chords, the notes that form each chord, right? The triads. If I take C, for example, C, E, and G. If I take E minor, E, G, and B. If I take G, so on and so forth, all the notes in these chords will be part of the C major scale. Interesting, isn't it? So all the notes of the C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, all those notes will be part of these chords. So that's how these chords sound very nice when you play the songs in the key of C. Okay, now that you've figured out how to get the chords in the key, let's look at some very popular progressions, right? So one of the most common progression is the 1-5-6-4. That is 1, 5, 6, 4. What this essentially means is I'm going to take C, 1, then 5, which is G, 6, which is A minor, and 4, which is F. So C, G, A minor, F. These chords are a very popular form of progression called pop and funk. You can see a whole bunch of songs written in C, G, A minor, F. Right? The next one is 1, 4, and 5. 1, 4, and 5. So if I take this, it is C, F, G. C, F, G, another popular one. It's used in a lot of rock, rock and roll, more specifically, rock and roll, pop, and country, etc. So this is another very popular form. The last one is 6, 4, 1, 5. So that is 6, 4, 1, 5. 6, 4, 1, 5. That's A minor, F, C, G. Now, this is more like a dreamy type of progression, right? It's also used for rock ballads and things like that. So these chord progressions, if you'll see a lot of songs in these progressions, C, G, A minor, F, C, F, G, A minor, F, C, G, right? Very popular progressions. And so when you play the chords in this particular progression, they are part of the backbone of the song. So when you have songs in the key of C, for example, if you want to play rock and roll, pop kind of a country kind of song, you can use a combination of C, F, G. Same way, if you want to play a rock ballad, A minor, F, C, G. Okay. Now let's see if you understand this better, or let's see if you understood this better. And we'll take another example, right? So let's try this for G. key of G, right? So take all the notes G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. Okay. How do you get the chords from these notes? Simple, right? G, small Roman, so A minor, small Roman, B minor, C in capitals, D in capitals, so major, E in small, so E minor, and we'll leave this is diminished. All right, so these main 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are your main chords: G, A minor, B minor, C, D, E minor. So if you're playing any song in the key of G, most of these chords will sound really nice. Yeah. So let's try and see if I want to play a pop funk kind of a song using the key of G. Pretty simple. 1, 5, 6, 4. So 1, 5, 6, 4. G, D, E minor, C. Right? Again, whole lot of songs written with G, D, E minor, C. Let's try 1, 4, and 5. If you want to play rock and roll kind of songs or country, 1, 4, 5. See? G, C, D. Whole lot of songs written with this. Last one, a ballad version, 6, 4, 1, 5. 6 E minor, 4 C, 1 G, 5 D. E minor, C, G, D. Why don't you try it on C? Just play E minor, C, G, and D and see if it sounds like a rock ballad type of song, slow song, and I'm sure you'll find it pretty interesting, right? So that's it. That's how you get different chords that you need for different keys, right? So you need to know the notes that are part of the scale. You need to write them down, use this template, get all the chords that are part of it. That forms your key, right? Okay, now that you understood how to find the chord progressions that are part of a particular key, we saw the major scales now. We're going to look at the minor scale. It's a little different for the minor scale. So let's take A minor as an example this time. Now, if I were to try and find out what are the chords that are part of the A minor key, I have to do it a little different than what we did before. Okay, so we're going to use the Roman numerals like we did for the major scale. So I'll start with small 1, small 2, or actually it's diminished, capital 3, okay, small 4, small 5, capital 6, and capital 7. Now, if I take the notes that are part of the A minor scale and then I put them as chords here, you will get A, which is A minor, small, B, which becomes B diminished, C, which becomes C major, D, which becomes D minor, E, which becomes E minor, F major, G major. That's it. So all the chords that are part of the A minor key, A minor, B diminished, C, D minor, E minor, F, and G. Okay. Now, there are a few popular chord progressions in the minor key signatures as well. There are the natural minor one, there is the pop ballads one. So if I look at the pop ballad chord progression, which is a popular one, so it is 1, 6, 3, 7. So if you take 1, it's A minor, 6 is F, 3 is C, and 7 is G. A minor, F, C, G. Okay, so try playing this progression, right? I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with these progressions. So I hope you're able to understand how we arrive at different chord progressions under which key signatures for songs. So it's not any random set of chords that you play. It's got some science to it. I hope this simple explanation and a simplified way of looking at these things will help you start playing some songs on a guitar, especially the popular ones. Okay, so have fun. Thank you.